We've made it to the weekend, so here's your news update. Steve Bannon suggested in a recent interview that a plan exists for President Donald Trump to attempt to defy the Constitution and seek a third term in office in 2028. He told The Economist on Thursday, Trump is going to be president in 28, and people just ought to get accommodated with that. At the appropriate time, we'll lay out what the plan is. But there is a plan. Top economic officials from the US and China ended their first day of talks in Malaysia on Saturday, with a Treasury spokesperson describing them as very constructive. Catherine Connolly, a veteran lawmaker on the far left of the Irish political spectrum, is set to be elected president by a landslide margin on Saturday as members of the governing parties conceded they were in for a heavy defeat. Federal judges in Portland, Oregon and Washington, D.C. held hearings on Friday in legal battles over the deployment of National Guard troops in the U.S. cities. This comes as President Donald Trump seeks to expand his rare use of the U.S. military for domestic purposes. Neither judge immediately issued a ruling, meaning the status quo remains intact for both cases. Troops are barred from deploying to Portland and remain on the ground in D.C. Hundreds of Tunisians marched through the capital on Saturday to protest a severe environmental crisis caused by pollution from a state chemical plant. The Louvre has transferred some of its most precious jewels to the Bank of France. This comes after a daylight heist last week that exposed security vulnerability. Venezuela's president said the United States government is forging a war against him as the world's biggest warship approaches the South American country.